सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। அறியாதீதரசீவர தகவாரிச குகையில் அறிவாயிரமி பரமாத்துமன் அருணாச்சல ரமணன் பரிவாழ்வுளம் முருகானல பரனார்ந்திடு குகையார்ந்து அறிவாம் விழித்திரவாய் நிசம் அறிவாய் அது வெளியாம் அண்ணாமலையாய் அடியேனை ஆண்ட அன்றே ஆவியுடல் கொண்டாய் எனக்கோர் குறையுண்டோ குறையும் குணமும் நீயல்லால் என்னேனிவற்றை என்னுயிரே எண்ணம் எதுவோ அது செய்வாய் கண்ணே உந்தன் கழழினையில் காதற் பெருக்கே தருவாயே கண்ணே உந்தன் கழழினையில் காதற் பெருக்கே தருவாயே। ஓம் அதிமதுர சாபஹஸ்தாம் அபரிமிதாம் மோதபான சௌபாக்யாம் அருணாம் அதிசய கருணாம் அபிநவ குலசுந்தரீம் வந்தே। ஓம் ஐம் ஹ்ரீம் ஸ்ரீம்। ஓம் பார்த்தாய प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन घ्रतितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्भ त्वामनुसन्धधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुधैवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। Bhagavan Shri Krishna in the 4th chapter, 23rd verse, he started saying, Ghata Sangasya Muktasya, one whose attachment has gone. Jnana avasthita chetasa, and one who is rooted, one whose mind is rooted in that pure knowledge. Yajnaya acharataha karma. He performs action only for the sake of yajna. Samagram praviliyate. When he acts thus for the sake of yajna or with the yajna spirit, all his karmas, they dissolve. All his papas dissolve. So yajnaya acharataha karma. So for the sake of yajna. So the idea is what? Not for my own desire fulfillment, not desire prompted, but it is for the sake of the good of all, selfless, dedicated activities. That is called as yajna. And then, how while performing a deva yajna, that is the traditional yajna also, how one has to remember the Lord, or how one has to uplift the mind to the highest, is indicated by the words Brahmarpanam Brahmahavi. See, the idea is ultimately everything is one. That is called as Brahma, Brahmajil, Brahma Tattva in Vedanta Shastra, which is the same which is shining us the self, true self within the heart. So here he says, while performing, there are 4 important things while you perform a havan, yajna. What are those 4 important things? For whom it is done? Actually, for whose sake it is done, or propitiate whom it is done. Second thing, with what you are doing. Ahudi you are offering, na? What sort of ahudi you are offering? That is the second thing. And the third thing is the Yajamanan. The Yajamanan who is doing. Yeah. So the person who is doing, and also which instrument he is doing. Like, there is a spoon with which they offer, no? Something like that. So here, everything is Brahman only. This is what we are asked to visualize or see. If you want to reach Brahman, meaning Brahmarpanam, whatever is offered to the Brahma, the Supreme, Brahmarpanam. And what is offered? The Havihi, the ghee is offered. No? Whatever is offered, the ghee or whatever, that is also Brahma only, Brahman only, the ultimate only. Brahmarpanam Brahma Havihi. And where it is offered? Brahmagnau. Wherever it is offered, the Agni, that is also Brahman only. Brahmana Ahutam. Who is offering? The person is offering also the Brahman only. Like that, when you consider or when you think, then Brahmaivatena Gantavyam. He goes to that Brahma Tattvam only, Brahman only. Brahma Karma Samadhina. One whose mind is always immersed in Brahman. This karma is also Brahman only, because there is nothing other than Brahman. So, one whose mind is immersed in Brahman, he goes to that state of Brahma Tattva only. So, how beautiful it is. See, yesterday I told you, like seeing the silver in the shell, seashell, we are seeing the world of names and forms in the Paramatma. This is the truth. Actually, the silver is only an appearance, it is not the truth. What is the truth? The seashell, the shell which is lying there. Why I am giving this particular example? Because Adi Shankara has given the same example in his commentary. So, actually what we are seeing is Brahman only. But because of our delusion, we are seeing the names and forms separate from us, other than us. So how to go back? Again and again remember or remind yourself that Brahman alone is, and whatever we are seeing is just nothing, it's appearance only, it is not true. Like in the example of the rope and the snake. Rope alone is snake, out of delusion we are seeing the snake. So whenever you see the head of the snake, tail of the snake, body of the snake, what is that? The head is also Brahman only, the head is also the rope only, tail is also rope only, the body is also rope only. Again and again you tell, but howsoever you tell head is also rope only, you will not know. Only when you see it as a rope, you are seeing it as a rope, that's all. At the other times you can only remind yourself. That purifies the heart. You understand? Yah pashyati sappashyati. Only when you see the rope, you have seen the rope. Otherwise you are only, mano vyavaharam na adallam. But still that mano vyavaharam is good. Good to what? To purify the heart. Instead of getting lost in the vision of the snake and getting frightened and screaming, if you say, if your guru has said, no, it is not a snake, it is only a rope, even though you don't see it, even though you don't appreciate it, but still the guru has said it should be right. So you again and again you are trying to see. It's a bhavana, it's called as. Trying to see only. But by trying to see, you will not see. But one day when the mind is purified, thak, it flashes. Yes, my God, it's rope only. Then you need not tell it is a rope, it is a rope, you need not tell. You know it is a rope. You will never see a snake afterwards. Similarly, you have to remind yourself, whatever is seen is Brahman only. Who is seeing? He is also Brahman only. The act of seeing is also Brahman only. Everything, because there is nothing other than Brahman. If there is nothing other than Brahman, everything is Brahman, how are we not able to see, Swamiji? That is the mystery. That is what they say, a veil is sort of hiding it, covering it. But where is the veil? Nobody knows. Where is that veil? Nobody knows. So, while eating also, instead of getting lost in that bhoga, taste, what we say, no, this is Brahman only. The food is Brahman only. It is offered to Brahman only, not for my sake. For the Supreme only it is offered. It is offered in the Jadaragni, which is Brahman only. See? And who is offering is also Brahman only. Like that, if you try to see Brahman in everything, then that mind which is soaked and saturated in Brahman will reach the Brahman only. Instead of making it as a bhoga, you make it as a yoga to reach your own self. So this is the idea of any yajna. Now he is enumerating around 12 types of yajna. Gurudev says in his commentary, around 12 types of yajna he is enumerating, by which you can convert the ordinary mundane day-to-day activities into a yajna which purifies the heart. Instead of looking at it as a mundane activity, if you change your attitude and if you perform it sort of a yajna, see, those yajna is given so high a place as a yajna, then that purifies the heart. All the sins are washed away. Sins means all the negative vasanas. All the vasanas are washed away. That is what sins are washed away. What are all those yajnas? Number one, Deva yajna. Deva yajna means what? You are offering whatever, the traditional ghee or whatever into the fire to propitiate a devata. Though you are propitiating a devata, it is not for your own good or your own some selfish desire, but for the good of all. Loka samastha sukhino bhavantu. Let all be happy, be prosperous, live in peace. Like that, with a prayer, if you propitiate, that sacrifice, that yajna becomes purifier of your heart. That is Deva yajna. And the second yajna is the most beautiful yajna. For the seekers of knowledge, it is very, very beautiful. It is Brahma yajna. What is Brahma yajna? It is offering oneself into the Agni called as Brahman, that is oneself only. With what? Oneself only. Meaning what? This ego self, which is the root cause of all evil and which deludes, is offered unto the true self, which is Brahma Tattva. In that Agni it is offered. Who is offering? I am only offering. So, by the self, the ego self is offered unto the Brahman. When the ego self perishes, what remains is the true self. So this is Brahma Yajnam. So the seekers of very high caliber, they perform this Brahma Yajnam. So one is Deva Yajnam, another is Brahma Yajnam. And then the third sort of Yajnam is the Indriyas are turbulent, always extrovert. So you offer all the Indriyas and its activities into the fire of Samyama, self-restraint. Self-restraint means what? Not allowing it to run, havoc as it wishes. So in that Agni, in that fire of Sanyama, Sanyama means Agni of self-restraint, all the Indriyas are offered. See, it's sort of it's dramatized sort of thing. And all the Indriyarthas, like the objects of the senses, are offered unto the fire of the senses. Objects are offered unto the senses. See, when this is happening continuously, if you think in the fire of the senses, all the ahuti, the objects are offered, and to propitiate Brahman, the Lord, and I have nothing to do with that. See, Bhoga Buddhi is transformed into Yoga Buddhi. It purifies the heart. So this is the fourth type of yajna. And what is the fifth type of yajna? Whatever activities of the senses and the prana, everything is offered for what? Atma Samyama Yoga. Jnana Dipiteenu solrar. The verse number 27, he says, Atma Samyama Yoga Gnau Juhvati Jnana Dipite. Kindled by Jnana, this Atma Samyama Yoga Agni is burning. What is Atma Samyama Yoga? Meaning absorbing the mind in the Atma, the self. In that Agni, meaning what? For the sake of that, all the activities of the senses and the pranas. Pranas means a life force. Everything is offered for one goal. For what? In order to gain that absorption in the self. So whatever I do in this world, everything is swaha, offered unto that Agni. That is Atma Samyama Yoga Agni. That is the idea is, in order to gain that absorption in the self, I live here, I perform all my actions, whatever may be the action. The actions are performed through what? Senses, the organs of action, and the mind and the prana. So everything is offered unto that. So these are the 5 yajnas given. And then Dravya Yajna. Dravya means what? With whatever wealth you have got, whatever charity you do, Annadhanam, whatever you do, you all do it as a sacrifice for the ultimate, for the Lord. That purifies the heart. And then Tapo Yajna, 7th one. Tapo Yajna means what? Whatever tapasya you practice, it is all offered unto the Lord for the sake of the Lord. That Agni, that is the Lord, is propitiated. And whatever yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Shankara also comments that way. Ashtanga Yoga, Yama Niyama, Asana Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana Dhyana Samadhi. Whatever you practice, everything is for what? Not to attain Siddhi, not for anything else, for to attain that supreme. So everything is offered unto him. So that is Dravya Yajna 6, Jnana Yajna, the Tapo Yajna 7, and Yoga Yajna is the 8th. And the 9th is Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya means study of scriptures. So that is also done for the sake of reaching the Lord. So everything is offered unto the Lord. And Jnana Yajnascha. See, this is the idea Gurudev brought in. Jnana Yajnam, Gita Jnana Yajnam. So Gurudev used to say, what is Jnana Yajna? In Jnana Yajna, our own ignorance is offered in the fire of knowledge. We have our ignorance about everything. That is offered unto the fire of knowledge. Knowledge means what? This scriptural studies. when we contemplate, when we understand, the ignorance is removed and then we are enlightened. So this is Jnana Yajna. So he started Jnana Yajna everywhere. So since it is Jnana Yajna, the prasada given after the Jnana Yajna is not Pongal or Sundal. It is what? He gives certain books to read. See, he is a classy person. We want to follow his path, but our ammas won't allow. They say, once again they bring in some Pongal, Sundal, some banana, something, and they say, oh, Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavi, and then they give Pongal, Sundal. That is not the way to do Jnana Yajna. Jnana Yajna means what? Only the knowledge. We should not bring it down to the mundane level of giving Pongal and Sundal. Then people are only interested in eating and going. Gurudev says, when you go away from Yajnashala, you should be contemplating. You were so inspired by the ideas and thoughts, so you should be just stunned and you should be pondering about those ideas and you should walk away. When you give the Pongal and Sundal, you are brought down and you eat, nalla irukku inniki sariyilla uppu adhigama irukku inniki. Salt is little adhigam. Like that, if you say you are dragged down to this world. So in Jnana Yajnas, I keep saying, in Jnana Yajnas, don't give anything, it is only Jnana is the prasada. Clarity is the prasada. But people don't listen because they know better than the Acharya. They say, no, we know better than you, Swamiji. And in US also, this is the problem. Whenever they conduct a satsang, they have to give food for everybody. That is a practice there. In order, you see, to cook food for 30, 40 people, people feel overwhelmed. That is why they don't organize satsang. See, I tell them, don't worry about food. People will have food anyway in their houses. We will have the satsang. If at all you want something, say, give something light, like some fruit, something you give. They don't listen. The practice is you have to give food. Because people are very lazy to go back and cook and eat. Or, I don't know, they must have so much in the fridge. They could easily eat. But people say, no, we have to give. Because we have to give, because we can't give, we will not have satsang. See? So Jnana Yajna means what? It is the ignorance which is offered in the fire of Jnana. And nothing else. Whatever is the prasada, is the clarity is the prasada. See? That is Jnana Yajna. So 10 types of Yajna is enumerated here. And now the 11th type is what? The prana is offered into apana, apana is offered into prana. Like that, if some people, they do pranayama, that is their offering unto the Lord. See, the pranayama is generally practiced for control of mind actually. When the prana is controlled, mind is also controlled. And the pranas are responsible for the physiological activities. Like all the, like perception, prana, excretion, apana, and then digestion, circulation of blood. It is all done by these prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana. All these 5. Even thinking. So when the pranayama is done, you become really healthy and the mind also becomes quiet. That is why the seekers practice pranayama. And here it is said, that is done for the sake of the Lord. It is offered unto the Lord. See? And Acharya Shankara comments very clearly. What is prana? Prana means that, I will read it out, it is very interesting. Because we should not be vague. Yesterday we were not very, very sure about that. What he means by that. We went back and we went through. See, here Shankara very clearly says, prana apana gati means mukha nasikabhyam vayoho nigamanam nirgamanam pranasya gatihi. What is pranasya gatihi? From the nostrils it goes out. That is prana, he says. And tad viparyayena adhogamanam apanasyate. Apanasya. When the breath goes inside, deep, down below, That is apana. So, when you take the breath, means it is apana only. That is offered unto the other breath called as prana. And the prana means what? What goes out. That is offered unto the apana. So, like that when they practice pranayama, what is that? Prana apana gatihi rudva. They practice kumbhaka also, retention of breath. See, these yogis, retention of breath, they retain it. Either they retain it outside after throwing away the air, or they retain it, or they do it inside, kumbhaka, after breathing in. So all these sadhanas are done for what? For one purpose, of attaining the Lord, for the sake of the Lord. So that is done as a yajnam, sacrifice. Propitiate the Supreme Lord. I have no other motives except to propitiate the Supreme Lord. Why? That purifies the heart. Everything is chitta shuddhi, it purifies the heart. So till this point we have seen in the last class. So we have come to the 11th and 12th, the last one. We will read it now and try to understand. See here, apare is mentioned everywhere. Apare means some others, some other people or some other seekers. Okay. Apare niyata haraha pranan praneshu juhvati sarve pyete yajnavitaha yajnakshapita kalmashaha apare niyata haraha pranan praneshu juhvati sarve pyete yajnavidaha yajnakshapita kalmashaha. Apare, some others, niyata aharaha, niyataha parimita aharaha, meaning what? They are very careful in their diet. Niyata aharaha. They don't eat indiscriminately. It is hidden in the scriptures. Akala bhojanam is very wrong. Akala bhojanam means after midnight or after 10, 11, eating is very sinful, it is said. Similarly, it is said very clearly, only when we are hungry we have to eat, not otherwise. See, our shastras say, when you are hungry also, eat only 1/4 or 1/3, sorry, 1/3, not 1/4, 1/3 only you should have solid food, and 1/3 you should drink water, and 1/3 for air, so that the digestion happens smoothly. You fill in whole thing with food. See, our Acharya beautifully he explained this, What he said, suppose in the mixie you put some fruits and then you add some water, little bit of water, and there should be some sort of a gap so that when it violently moves, there should be space to move, na? Till the brim if you put something like all the rice, ulundu, gilundu, all those things, and then if you search, tom, it will break. There is no space to move for digestion to happen, for that mixie to function. So he says, the stomach also like that, like your mixie only. When it is grinding, it needs some water for the smooth grinding and also some air, some space. So niyata aharaha. See, unave marundu. See, in our culture, unave marundu. The food itself is medicine. You need not take medicine separately. That is what our forefathers lived actually. Now we go and eat everything like pizza, all this nonsense, all fast food and ice creams. All those things we eat. It's very unhealthy, don't eat. Why are you laughing? I'm not saying a joke, I'm telling you the truth. So, niyata aharaha. And these people, the Westerners, they follow this. After 6:30 in the evening, they don't eat. Niyata aharaha. See? But Saturday, Sunday, they drink the whole night. That is a different story. But what I mean to say, only when you eat mida satviha aharam. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says. Mida means what? In moderation. Satviha aharam. And also Kanchi Paramacharya says Swayambaham. If you cook and you eat, that is the best, he says. Because you know what you are adding. And you can also cook with the Lord's name in your lips. So that is the best, he says. So niyata aharaha pranan praneshu jihvati. It is like adding life to your life. See? Adding more life to your life. Prana means life force. It is as if adding more life to your life. So when they do this, that also they do it for what? Not to live long and enjoy. No. Live long, healthily, to practice all this and to reach him. So that is also offered unto him. So these are the 12 types of yajnas. We have seen. Sarve api ete yajna vidaha yajna kshapita kalmashaha. Those who know about yajna, sacrifice, they know about all these yajnas. See, yajna vidaha means what? One who knows about the yajna, sacrifice. Sarve api ete, they know about all these types of sacrifices. It is not necessary that you have to practice all this. Whichever is appealing to you, you can practice. But the idea is, whatever you do it as an offering to the Lord. For the sake of the Lord. Lord means what? To reach the highest. That is Atma Jnana. Atma Jnana vihina mudaha te pachante naragani gudaha. Those who don't have Atma Jnana, they are cooked in the hell, it is said. So therefore, then what happens? Yajna kshapita kalmashaha. Yajnehi yatoktaihi kshapito nashitaha kalmashaha eshamte yajna kalpita kalmashaha. By this yajna, all the kalmasha means what? All the impurities of the heart. Kshapita is destroyed, or all the impurities are washed away by such a attitude of yajna. So, yajna kshapita kalmashaha. Kshapita means what? It slowly it is washed or it is removed. All the kalmashas, all the papas are slowly removed. So therefore, these seekers, even the mundane action, they convert it to a yajna, and thereafter, thereby, they purify their hearts. See, Shankara clearly wants here, by performing this kind of yajna, it is not that you will attain enlightenment. No. Because by any amount of karma, enlightenment is not achieved or not gained. It is said very clearly, it purifies the heart, and after purification, if you inquire, who am I? What is this self? And meditate on it or inquire, then you know it. So this jnanam is a very important thing. And according to Bhagavatam, when you have bhakti, the jnanam automatically is there. And Bhagavan says, I will give you the jnanam. You surrender unto me. He says, then who can question him? He says, if you are devoted to me, if you are remembering me always, if you are offering all your actions unto me, and your mind is saturated with me, when you surrender everything unto me, I will take care of everything and I will give you the moksha, he says. See, Bhagavan's mother, she came to Bhagavan because she had nobody else. She had nobody else. She came to Bhagavan. And she surrendered totally. And not only that, for her, now the Bhagavan is everything, her attitude, she surrendered. See, Bhagavan out of compassion, he gave mukti to his mother. Have you heard anywhere this story? Mukti means what? He sat next to her. In that, if you go to Skandashramam, you see a small room where it is said he gave mukti there only. And he took her and he was with his hand, he was like this, in her chest he was doing this. அப்படியே அந்த உயிர் அடங்கிடுச்சு. Amma's, this soul, it got merged in the Supreme, and he said, Amma's now attained moksha. Now you will not go and take bath also. You can go and eat, he said. He said. So when a person totally surrenders, without any reservation, the Lord takes care. And not only that, a temple was built on the Samadhi, Matrubhudeshwara. Nowhere in the world anybody has built a temple for mother. They built temple for actresses. But I don't think anybody has built a temple for the mother. Here it is. So when you surrender, the Lord takes care. So when the heart is purified, then things happen. What is purification? The rajas and tamas are reduced and sattva becomes predominant. More the sattva, more the clarity, more the quietude of the mind, more the mind gets absorbed in the self, more detachment, dispassion, more discrimination. See, for everything sattva is pradhanam. So to create more and more sattva, you should offer everything unto the Lord. Yajna vidaha sarve api ete yajna kshapita kalmashaha. All those who know about all these types of yajna, all their sins, kalmasham, impurities are washed away or destroyed. Now, moving on to the next words. Yajna shishtamruta bujaha yanti brahma sanatanam nayam lokostya yajnasya kutonyak kuru sattama yajna shishtamruta bujaha yanti brahma sanatanam nayam lokostya yajnasya kutonyak kuru sattama yajna shishta amrita bujaha. Shankara says, yajnanam shishtam yajna shishtam. See, yajna shishtam means the remnant of the yajna, of that yajna. Meaning, whatever you offer to the Lord and whatever remains, that is what? See, it's a technical term. Yajna shishtam is a technical term. But it means what? Yedi enji irko, yedi minji irko. Shishtam means enji irkiradu, which is remnant or whichever is remaining after the yajna is done and it is distributed to others, whatever is remaining. Yajna shishtam tad amrutam, that is like nectar. So yajna shishtam amrutam tad bunchate, one who takes that remnant of the yajna, yanti brahma sanatanam. He reaches that supreme state of Brahma Tattva, Sanatanam, eternal. Why? What it is said? We have seen Gurudev's explanation also. When a thing is done for the sake of all, everybody coming together, selflessly, a real person, what he will do? He will distribute the benefits to all and he takes at the last whatever is remaining. Then his heart is purified and he reaches. Suppose if you are not contributing, but you are only enjoying the fruit, you are a thief. Stena. Suppose before distributing, you want to take everything or you want to take it first. That is not the idea. The real Santaha, the seekers, the devotees, they give it to all and then they eat. See, what an idea, see. They get purified and they go to that Brahma Sanatana. See, I have seen, please don't take, I am just telling a general thing. Like me also, I am also in the same category. Whenever food is offered in a, this thing, like in our Annakshetra, we go and sit first. We want to eat and forget about everything. But some people are there, they want to serve first. They want to eat at the end only. Even though you compel them, they don't eat. No, wait. I want to serve. Some people are made like that. Some people like me, we want to go and sit first and eat first. And then after eating, you can't serve. After food, you can't serve. Then you say, okay, others will serve anyway. But he serves. Means he gives the benefit of the yajna to everyone and then he takes it, and this is actual idea Gurudev is explaining. And technical thing is yajna shishta, the remnant of the yajna. So he is purified and Brahma Sanatanam yanti, he reaches that supreme abode, Brahma Sanatanam, the eternal. Na ayam lokaha asti ayajnasya. Ayajnasya means what? One who is not performing the sacrifice, meaning cooperative endeavor for the good of all, selfless, dedicated, cooperative endeavor. One is not performing such an yajna, let us say, na ayam lokaha asti, for him there is nothing in this world, he will not gain anything from this world. See, he may be selfish, he may be making some money, more and more of money and more of pleasure, but all those things are very cheap. It will not give him peace or real joy. So he loses this world. Na ayam lokaha asti, for him this world is not. Kutaha anya kurusattama, if this world is also not, what to talk about the other world? Kutaha anyaha, how can there be the other world? Anyaha means other world. Other world means what? We are either going to Swarga or whatever, or even self-realization. There is no question of that. So only one who performs all the action in the spirit of yajna, he is purified and he attains to the eternal. If he is not doing in that spirit, he will not gain anything even from this world. And what to talk about the other world? Kutaha anyaha. Hey Kurusattama, the best among the Kuru. Kuru means the clan. Kurusattama. So therefore, what we have to learn from this whole discussion, whatever actions we perform in the world outside, just offer unto the Lord. Say, Brahmarpanamastu. See, even when you are sweeping the floor of your own house, that also can be offered to the Lord. Why not? Why? This house is the abode of the Lord. It is not my house. It is the abode of the Lord. I have to keep it clean. I am doing it for the Lord's sake. Cooking also. First I offer it to the Lord and then only I take. So for the sake of the Lord, or even here Jararagni is nothing but Lord only. So for that, like that, if you can creatively think and convert all the mundane activities as offering unto the Lord, then it purifies the heart. See, one more thing I am telling you, though the knowledge may be very appealing and fascinating, we are full of rajas and tamas only. Please appreciate that. And rajas and tamas, when it is there, we forget about everything and we go on with our usual business, with our usual egocentric attitudes and desires only. Only occasionally when we are sattvic, we remember about and then we talk about jnana and all. See, maybe for 20 minutes in a day we are sattvic, let us say. 20 minutes we think about jnana and all, but rest of the 23 hours and 40 minutes, we are in tamas and rajas only. We don't think about anything, we forget everything and we just roam in this world. But if we develop this kind of attitude, even though we are rajasic or tamasic, still the mind is purified. See, Krishna is not a fool to give this. So mind is purified. It's a purification process. Why so much emphasis is given on purification? Because that is everything. For example, one of our Swami Purushottamji used to say, I have told this many times, I am repeating it again. He used to say, when you are taking a group photo, everybody is asked to assemble. Like we took one, na? I love Tiruvannamalai. So there are 35 people, 40 people means what? Then you are first, you say you come here, you go there, you sit and you just come inside. All those adjustments are made. Why it is made? So that you should get a good photo. So then you click. Clicking is only a second, but the adjustments take so much of time, maybe 3-4 minutes. But somebody is adjusting, hey, inge poda, anga poda, ukkarada, endilda, but he is not clicking at all. Then what is the use of that? You have wasted your time. So adjusting our inner equipment, tuning it, that is very important, purifying it. And then the clicking happens instantly, tuck, avaladan. But the adjustments are very important. If you don't adjust and click it straight away, the photo will be a horrible photo. Somebody's head won't be there, somebody's tail won't be there. So ஐயோ என் பல்ல காமிச்சிட்டேனே கொஞ்சம் சொல்லியிருக்கூடாதா வாயை மூட சொல்லி பல் இருந்தால் காமிக்க தான் வேணும் என்ன செய்யறது வேற some people don't want to show their teeth because they know their teeth is very protruding they look like monkeys so both adjustment and then clicking both are important. So these are all adjustments, purification. And then the dhyanam and vicharam, that happens and you are taken to the highest. You understand? But some people what they do, they don't want to pursue these higher sadhanas like vicharam and dhyanam. Then they say, anyway purification is required, na? Anyway purification is required and they remain only in this. That is also fine. But still we have to attempt for the higher sadhana, for sometimes in meditation also. Some study of scripture, some contemplation is required. See, even though we may not be very fond of it, we may have to push ourselves a little because the study of scripture, how much clarity it gives, right? When you get so much of clarity, everything becomes simple. If there is no clarity, you are like a blind person, blind leading the blind, and both of them fall in the ditch. So this clarity is very, very important. So yajna shishta amrita bhujaha, one who eats only the remnant of the yajna, he goes to the eternal. One who doesn't do any yajna, meaning what? Any of the selfless activity for the good of all, for him there is nothing in this world. And what to talk about the other world? Hey Kurukshetra. Evam bahuvida yajnaha vitata brahmano mukhe karmajan vidditan sarvan evam jnatva vimokshase evam jnatva vimokshase evam bahuvida yajnaha vitatha brahmano mukhe karmajan vidditan sarvan evam jnatva vimokshase evam yatokta bahuvida bahuprakara yajna vitata vistirna brahmano vedasya mukhe dware. See, here brahmano mukhe means not Brahmaji. See, one meaning for Brahma means Brahmaji. Inge brahmano mukhe means Vedas are also called as Brahma. So, brahmano mukhe means through the Vedas, evam bahuvida yajnaha vitata. Like this, so many yajnas, bahuvida. Bahu prakara yajna vitata vistirna is elaborated upon. So many yajnas are elaborated upon. So, Vedadvarena avagamyamana brahmano mukhe vitata uchante. Karmajan kayika vachika manasa karmodbhavan vidditan sarvan anatmajan. So all this yajna, even though it is glorified, but still it is born out of karma only. Action. Action means what? He says kayika. Either you are doing it with your body, vachika, with your words, vachika, or manasika, through your mind. So therefore, this all falls under the category of karma only. Anatmajan, anatma, it is saying, nirvyaparo hi atma. But atma is nirvyaparo. Atma is not associated with any karma. Please understand. Atma is not nirvyaparaha, not associated with any karma. Even though this yajna is so much glorified, even by the Vedas, and so many of them is given, but please understand, it's all born out of karma. Karma means what? Always there is a doer, doership, and something done. Is that not so? But Atma is nirvyaparaha. Ata evam yatva vimokshase ashubhat. Please understand this. Meaning, Gurudev says, we should never confuse the means to be the goal. That's what Gurudev in his commentary says. These yajnas, when it is done properly, with the right attitude, as offering unto the Lord, without expecting anything, they are means. They are not the goal. Whatever said and done, karma tad jadam. Karma kim param? Karma tad jadam. So, this purifies the heart and is helpful. But this will not take you to the highest. To reach the highest, you have to meditate upon the Chaitanya Vastu. See, this is Jadam. But Chaitanya Vastu only when you have to meditate to become Chaitanya, Chaitanya Maya. By meditating on Jada, nobody will become Chaitanya. You have to meditate on Chaitanya. So, focus on the self. So, with the purified heart, when the mind is quiet and the vasanas are very less, when the mind is not extrovert, vidukkave orvali undi para, viyum adan uru undi para. You have to apply that mind in meditation or in vichara. This you should know. One who knows this, ata evam yatva vimokshase ashubhat. So he is freed from all ashubha. Means ashubha means what? Ajnanam is ashubham. Mohantakaram. Moha, shoka moha, that is ashubham. So one is released from all ashubhat. Jnatva vimokshase. See, it is not that by doing all this yajna, by knowing all the ways and means of all this yajna and doing it, you are released. No. Knowing that they are all karmajam. Whatever said and done, born out of karma only. It has its own limitation. It is a means, not the end. If you have this clarity, Gurudev explains in his commentary. If you have this clarity, then moksha se ashubhat. You are released from all the ashubha. See, yadan salarapanga. Na mad vyapara ime nirvyaparaha aham udasina iti evam nyatva. See, whatever said and done, this karma is in a vyapara. Vyapara means it is regarding the triputi. Triputi. The doer, done, doership and all there. Aham nirvyaparaha. But I have nothing to do with all this vyapara, this business. Aham udasina iti. I am udasina, I am indifferent to all. Iti evam jnatva. See, Shankara says, iti evam jnatva. See, this is why we have to have Shankara in our hands to understand. He makes it very clear. Aham nirvyaparaha. I have nothing to do with the karma or the anything. Iti jnatva. Moksha se ashubhat. So, samyak darshanat. Moksha se samsara bandhanat. Ityartaha. So, samsara bandhanat. From the bondage of samsara he is released. From what he is released? From the bondage of samsara he is released. Okay, then 33rd verse. Shreyan dravyamayad yajnat jnana yajñas parantapa sarvam karma kilam partha jnane parisamapyate Shreyan dravyamayad yajñat jnana yajña parantapa sarvam karma kilam partha jnane parisamapyate. Comparing to this dravya yajñat, comparing to this dravya yajna, jnana yajna shreyan. This jnana yajna is superior. Dravya yajna means what? You have got more money, you distribute for the sake of the Lord, not for my own name and fame. That is dravya yajna. Annadanam, this, that. There is a calamity, let us say, a tsunami or some floods. If you go and do some relief work, it's all very good. If it is done as aradhana of the Lord, it is very good. It purifies. But more than all this, jnana yajnam is superior. What is jnana yajnam? The effort of studying and understanding, contemplating, so that you offer all your wrong notions, false values, negative tendencies in the fire of the jnana. So this is always superior than any other dravya yajna. Dravya yajna means whatever you have got, you are offering unto the needy, giving to the needy for the sake of the Lord. Here, because of study and contemplation, you are offering all your wrong notions, false identifications, all the ajnana, mohandakara in the fire of jnana. So this jnana yajna is always superior. So that is why while Brahmanas were very busy conducting all the other Deva yajnas, Gurudev was incessantly conducting jnana yajna. And the 18th chapter also he is going to say, Bhagavan is going to say, one who is performing this jnana yajna and trying to share and propagating this knowledge which is revealed by me, he says he is very dear to me, he says. He is very, very dear to me, he says. Why? Because sarvam karma akilam partha jnane parisamapyate. Hey Partha, please understand all the karmas which are the source for janana marana, dukkha. The samsara, all this will end. Parisamapyate jnane. In the true knowledge, all the karma ends. How it ends? When you are awakened to yourself, you know that I am not the karta bhokta. And the self has got nothing to do with action. It is avikriya. So all the karma ends. Meaning what? It is not that you will not do any karma. It's not that. Whatever is done, guna guneshu vartante. Karmani akarmayaha pashyet. Akarmani cha karmayaha. Sabuddhiman manusheshu. Yuktaha. Kritsna karma krita. You become that. As I told you the other day, karma has got no problem. But the attitude, I am the doer, I am the enjoyer, therefore I want this particular result. If not, I cannot accept. This is the poison in karma. When that poison is removed, karma is in fact very, very innocent. In fact, it is dynamic. Nothing wrong in it. As Krishna says, everything is functioning only in this nature also. You see, the natural forces, sun is rising and always is shining. The breeze, the wind is blowing. See, everything is functioning in this world. If you think not to do anything is the highest, then Gurudev says the rocks are enlightened then. Do you want to become like a rock at the end of the day after your realization? Is that the realization? If you think that is the realization, sorry. He says, I don't want such a realization. Realization means freedom from everything. Whether you act or don't act, you are always free and blissful. And there is no idea of losing something or gaining something. So therefore Acharya always says, the ignorant, they act in the world outside to gain from the world. But the wise one, they act in the world outside to express their joy and happiness. To give, to express their joy and happiness. So karma, jnane parisamapyate. Sarvam karma akilam. All the karma, everything ends. Jnane parisamapyate. See here, Shankara says, Dravyamayaha hi yajñaha falasya arambakaha jnana yajñaha na palarambakaha ataha shreyan prashashyataraha. Karma means what? No talking in between, please. Karma means what? It initiates more and more actions. Vinay kadal viltidum undipara, veedu taralillai undipara. But jnana, instead of initiating action, it finishes all. Therefore, it is superior. Katam yataha sarvam karmam samasta akilam apratibaddham partha jnane moksha sadhane sarvata samplutodaka sthaniye parisamapyate antarbhavati ityartaha. Like how it is all finished, like the well which is very limited is totally covered by the flood. So in jnana, all karma is finished. See, you should understand what is karma. Karma means there is a desire. What is desire? There is ajnana. Ajnana that I am not complete. That is ajnana. We do not know our purna avastha, that is the nature. We somehow feel we are incomplete. That is ajnana. So from that starts what? I want to become complete by possessing more, by indulging more, so that I become complete. This is desire. And that propels you into action, whatever may be the action. This is called as karma. Ajnana kama karma, according to Vedanta. In jnana, what happens? You know that you are the Supreme Self, which is full, complete. So therefore no desire. When there are no desire, no action. So all the action ends in jnana. When the cause is removed, the effects are all removed. What is the cause of karma? Kama, ajnana. When ajnana is removed, kama is also gone, karma is also gone. So only in jnana, sarve karma akilam parisamapyate. Everything ends in jnana. Karma ends means what? Desire ends. Whether the body mind is acting or not is not the issue. Desire prompted activities are the issue. I am the doer is the issue. All those things will end. There are no desires and also there is no ajnana that I am the doer. I know that I have nothing to do with these activities of the body mind. And later he may involve in action for loka sangraha or just to keep the body going. And even though he is acting, nothing will taint him because the poison has been removed. So, this is a beautiful statement. Sarvam karma akilam partha jnane parisamapyate. Everything ends in jnanam. Now, how to gain this jnanam which is superior, which is supreme? How to gain this knowledge? We understand that offering everything unto the Lord in the yajna spirit, even the mundane activities, purifies the heart. Fine. But still it is karma only. So, jnanam is superior to karma, that is fine. And dravya, compared to dravya yajnam, jnana yajnam is superior. Why? Because in the jnana, everything, all the karma ends. If this is accepted, how to gain this jnanam? So, in our shastras it is said, in order to gain jnanam, you have to approach a teacher. See, some of our acharyas, neo-acharyas, they say, no need for any guru. You are your own guru. See, that is all fine. What they say is also right. In the name of guru, so much of business is happening. So much of slavery is happening. But what I mean to say, our shastras say, you need a guide because this is beyond your senses and mind. This cannot be imagined. So therefore you need some guide. Even to learn driving bicycle, you need somebody behind you, teaching you. If that is so, to gain this kind of a balance in life, not to get attached, accept everything in us with the equipoise and to see oneness, definitely you need a guide. I am always again harping on these 3 points only. Not to get attached, asangatvam, and to be equipoised in all circumstances, samatvam, and to see oneness, ekatvam. Okay, you need a guide. That is why it is said in the next verse. It is a very oft-quoted verse. How to approach a teacher and who is a real teacher. See, you should know who is the real teacher and you should know how to approach him and what you should do after approaching him. Right? After approaching him, you should not ask him to sing a cinema song. Or you should not discuss politics. What you should do? Tadvidhi pranipathena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha tatvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha tadvidhi. Then you will know. Meaning what? Then you will gain this knowledge. How will you gain this knowledge? When you approach the teacher, pranipatena, by offering him prostrations, namaskara, prostration, pariprashnena, then you ask some questions, inquire, and sevaya, through Guru Seva. When you approach him, he will be very pleased and then he will teach you. Who? The jnaninaha, tattvadarshinaha, he will teach you. Here Gurudev wants. Pranipatena means not just falling at his feet again and again, dabakuna. When the gurus, when the acharyas move, suddenly they go and fall. They get scared. What happened? So it is not chumma falling at the feet. It has no meaning, much meaning actually. Meaning with an attitude of humility, surrender. Humility is very important because here ego has to be destroyed. Start with humility, surrender. Meaning what? The attitude of surrender. With the attitude that he knows and he can help me. So that attitude of humility and surrender is called as pranipatena. In fact, that Swami who guided me, my Adi Guru, Swami Satyanandaji, and even our Acharya, all our Acharyas, they don't like us to chumma, fall at the feet and do this thing like, oh, no, they say, no. Whenever I go to meet our Acharya, he said, first to sit in the chair, he says. No, Swami, I will sit at your feet. No, you sit in the chair. He says very clear, sit in the chair. Meaning what? They don't want all such external sort of Kooda kumbudu போடுறதெல்லாம் வேண்டாம். Kooda kumbuduவாங்க தமிழ்ல. The politicians do now, oh, namaskaram. They don't mean anything. See, the attitude of humility and surrender. Pranipatena. And pariprashnena means what? You have to ask right question. Here Shankara says, how you should ask right question, he says. He says, அதையும் சொல்லிக் கொடுக்குறார் நமக்கு. என்ன கேட்கணும்னு கூட சொல்லிக் கொடுக்குறார். He says, pranipatena means prakarshena நீச்சைஹி பத்தனம் சொல்றார் அவர். நல்லா விழுந்து கும்பிடுங்கிறார். தீர்க்க நமஸ்காரஹ. அது இருக்கட்டும். Then what you should ask from him? Katam bandhaha, katam mokshaha. So how this bandha means this bondage has come, how to get myself liberated, ka vidya, what is the right knowledge, ka cha avidya, what is this maya or avidya, that is how you should inquire. Swamiji, my son is not getting promotion, what will I do? You go and write the exam, you go and work. What can I do? And Pavam, this Acharya says, Narayana, Narayana, everything will happen. Don't worry, don't worry. You will get promotion, you will get promotion. My daughter is not getting a daughter, my daughter is not getting a son or daughter, whatever. Okay, she will get, don't worry, don't worry. Chumma, you go and say, and he says, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Naya tadavi kudukama. Okay, it will be all right. Nothing will be all right. According to your karma, everything will happen. Prarabdha karma, you have to go through. Chomma, everything will happen, nothing will happen. Chomma. Go and ask, why am I suffering like this? Why I am always wanting something from this world? Why I am like a beggar always, begging from everybody? What am I really? Am I this beggar? When the Guru gives clarity, when we give the real knowledge, that is his real blessing. Not chumma saying everything will be alright. Chumma some consolation, everything will be alright. Okay. So, this is what you have to ask. And sevaya. Sevaya means the service of the Guru. Gurudev says, it is not just kaiya puchudu, akalaka puchu, andamari sevayallam kediyadu. He says, you should tune with him and you should try to follow his instructions. Try to see what he sees. Meaning what? You should be able to stand up to his standards. That is real seva, he says. Please understand, other things are okay. But very important thing is, we have to try to understand and we should try to live up to that and stand there where Guru is standing. That is real seva. It is not chumma. See, other sevas are fine. If everybody is discouraged from doing seva, then who will do seva? Seva also, for what you get tuned. And I told you one more thing, it is very hard to live with a teacher. You know why? Because everybody has got their own eccentricities, own personalities. We suddenly expect the other person to be perfect. We have learned Siddha Prajna, Gunatita, all in Gita, but he never comes anywhere near this. So, whomsoever we meet, nobody will come near that. Because our vision is very faulty. We are seeing only the expression, the body and mind. Body and mind only we can see now. Only the expression we know. Therefore, The idea is what, surrender means what, humility means, what, not judging him, not trying to understand why, what and all. Accept him and then learn first. Learn and then tune with him so that you will be able to see things clearly. I tell you, when we were very young, we got the association with our Swamiji. He is not a person who gives lecture and all. But when you live with him, you understand the secret of sannyasa, secret of this vichara, Atma Jnana. Why? The way he conducts, how he looks at things, how he handles situation. See, the thing is, it's not only the words, through words he teaches. Sometimes the silence is more significant than the words. So only when you tune with him, you can see what it is. See, the personality is not important. Personality is false. It comes and goes. The essence is very important. The essence we have to catch. That can be caught only when you are in tune. So, pariprashnena sevaya. Upadekshanti te jnanam. Then he will, definitely he will instruct you in the right knowledge. Upadekshanti. Means anybody, any teacher, if he finds the student to be very sincere and all sort of qualification, like humble, really wanting to know, then he will definitely teach. What he will teach? Jnanam, te jnanam. He will instruct you in the right knowledge. Jnaninaha, tattvadarshibhihi, tadvadarshinaha. You have to approach the teacher who is a jnaninaha, means one who has got knowledge of the scriptures, and tattvadarshibhihi, who is also abiding in that, meaning one who has known, seen. Darshibhihi means one who has seen or known, or one who is abiding in that knowledge. Such teacher, he will definitely teach you. In the next class we will see what is the meaning of jnaninaha, tattvadarshinaha. That is also very important. See, like that is, there are qualifications for a student, there are qualifications for a teacher also. Who is a good teacher? In fact, whatever we chant every day, Brahmanandam, Paramasukadam, that gives the real qualities of a teacher. So we will see in the next class. Om Purnamadha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudhachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.